Hey everyone, welcome to today's Explainer. Today, we're diving into something that is just an absolute lifesaver. We're talking about a tool that completely flips the script on one of the most universally stressful things we all have to go through: moving. Whether you're packing up your kid for their freshman college dorm, relocating the whole family to a new house, or, just trying to finally organize that chaotic closet, we're digging into the data and the specs of a product that literally promises to take the pain right out of packing. We're going to break down the exact features that make the FiGrip heavy-duty moving bags such a massive game changer. Okay, let's dive into this, because I'm sure almost all of us are nodding our heads right now. Are you seriously still wrestling with flimsy cardboard boxes on moving day? We all know the absolute nightmare of moving. You spend hours assembling boxes, taping up the bottoms, practically praying they hold together. And then, inevitably, literally right when you're carrying your heaviest box of college textbooks or winter coats, the handle rips, or worse, the bottom completely gives out. It's frustrating, it's totally inefficient, and frankly, it just makes a stressful day so much worse. Section 1. Meet the heavy-duty hero, the FiGrip spec breakdown. So the data here positions these bags as the ultimate, virtually indestructible alternative to those flimsy old packing methods we just talked about. Let's look at the numbers. 50,000. Yes, according to the data, over 50,000 of these FiGrip bags were bought in the past month alone. That is just a staggering statistic. I mean, when you see that level of buying volume on Amazon in just a single 30-day window, you're looking at undeniable, massive social proof. It tells us that shoppers are actively hunting for a better way to move and store their stuff, and they are landing squarely on this specific product in droves.
Now, what's really interesting here is the science of the material itself. 180 GMS PE fabric. This is definitely not your standard run-of-the-mill flimsy plastic. We're talking about an upgraded, extra-thick, coated polyethylene fabric. The source material emphasizes that this exact construction guarantees the bags are both completely puncture-free and 100% waterproof. And why does that matter? Well, because it means these bags are basically the gold standard for surviving rough journeys. Whether they're getting tossed into the back of a moving truck, dragged through the pouring rain across a college campus, or even taken out camping, whatever you put inside stays perfectly protected.
And because of that crazy heavy-duty material, these things are engineered to safely hold a massive 65 pounds. 65 pounds! Just think about how heavy that actually is when you're lugging things around. To pull this off, they don't just rely on the thick fabric alone. They actually use fully wraparound handles and reinforced stitching. So instead of the handles just being sewn onto the top rim, where they'd almost certainly tear off under that weight, they wrap all the way around the structure of the bag to safely and securely distribute all that heavy loading.
Building right on top of that weight capacity is the sheer volume, which brings us to the number 23. That's more than 23 gallons of interior volume per bag. To kind of put that scale into perspective for you, the dimensions are a massive 29 inches long, 14 inches wide, and 13 inches high. It is absolutely perfect for stuffing those giant, bulky items that are traditionally just a total nightmare to pack in rigid cardboard boxes. We're talking oversized bedding, big puffy winter coats, all those bulky college dorm supplies. You just toss them right in.
Section 2. Packing made painless and real-world usability.
So how do all these heavy-duty specs actually translate into physical convenience when a family is trying to load up a minivan or a student is unpacking in a cramped dorm? Well, think about the old way. Moving boxes. You have the irritating hassle of buying them, building them, taping them up, and then after the move, you have to break them all down just to recycle them, or somehow find space to store a bunch of bulky, empty cardboard. But on the flip side, the FiGrip Way features this brilliant wide-open zipper design. The top opens up completely, kind of like a giant trunk, which lets you pack huge bedding in literally seconds. And when you're done, that flexible PE fabric means they fold completely flat for incredibly easy storage under a bed or tucked away in a drawer.
And this brilliantly illustrates how the design actually goes way beyond just holding your stuff, to making the physical act of moving so much easier on your body. The wide webbing handles are specifically designed to relieve the burden on your hands and shoulders. Think about it. If you're lugging 65 pounds up 3 flights of stairs to a dorm room, a thin digging handle is just agonizing. But these wide handles distribute that pressure, making the whole process significantly more comfortable, whether you're hauling them by hand, tossing them over your shoulder, or just using them as storage bins for your closet organizer. Section 3. The unbeatable value and exactly why shoppers love it. Okay, so we've established that the bags are incredibly tough, waterproof, totally huge, and ergonomically designed. But let's be real, any smart purchase comes down to verified customer satisfaction, right? The real test is always user feedback. Let's see how this all builds up. The source data shows a near-perfect 4.8 out of 5 stars generated from an incredible 11,113 reviews. Plus, they've earned that coveted Amazon's Choice badge. All those heavy-duty specs we just talked about, the 180 GMS fabric, the wraparound stitching, they directly result in this highly trusted rating from over 11,000 actual buyers who've put them to the test in the real world. And right now, the timing for buyers is actually really interesting. The data highlights a limited-time deal offering a massive 40% savings. The standard list price for a 6-pack is $39.99, but this current discount completely changes the math for anyone planning a big move or even just a major home organization project.
So the crucial point is this. With that 40% discount, the price drops to just $23.98 for the entire 6-pack. When you break that down, you are paying a mere $4 per pack. $4 for a waterproof, puncture-free 23-gallon storage solution that holds 65 pounds and folds perfectly flat when you're done. Honestly, when you compare that to the cost of buying heavy-duty cardboard boxes and rolls of packing tape, the efficiency and the economics here are just incredibly compelling.
So, we're going to wrap up our explainer today with this final question. Are you ready to make your next big move your easiest move yet? I mean, we've seen the 50,000 purchases this month, the 11,000 glowing reviews, and all those heavy-duty specs. But the real question is, why do we consistently just accept the stress of ripped boxes and sheer physical exhaustion when smarter, way more affordable solutions like this actually exist? Moving is tough enough on its own, right? Your packing materials definitely shouldn't be fighting against you. It really might be time to ditch the cardboard, upgrade your packing game, and finally protect your back and your sanity. Thanks so much for joining me on today's explainer, and hey, happy packing!